This is the Global Economic Scrap Metal Commodities and Recycling Report by BENLEE Roll-Off Trailers and Open Top Gondola Trailers, January 21st, 2019. Last week, prices were mostly up and economic news was mostly mixed. U.S. steel production rose to near a multi-year high of 1.8 million tons with a slightly slowing of the economy and tariff protection. Oil rose about $2 a barrel to $53.75, a multi-month high on positive China-U.S. trade news, and as OPEC and Russia continue to cut supply, which will raise prices. U.S. oil production hit a new record of 11.9 million barrels a day, a great American story. Exporting oil to China will be a key to solving the trade balance problem. OPEC and Russia, though, are going to be the losers. Iron ore rose $3.50 to $74.50 a ton after a huge gain. Positive China-U.S. talks and China government stimulus were drivers. Scrap steel number one fell to about $3.15 a gross ton, near an annual low with good supply and weak export demand. We hear prices are now firming, and the current snowstorms and the cold will hurt supply and pressure to have higher prices. Hot rolled coil steel fell slightly to $34.50, near a one-year low. Tariffs drove higher prices, but higher prices and a slight slowing are hurting demand and hurting prices. Copper rose 5 cents to $2.71, along with other major commodities, with China being a driver. Copper is down about 2 cents today on negative China news. The 5-year copper chart shows copper still is relatively low, but we are starting to see it up a bit with the good trade news and China stimulus news. Aluminum was no change at 82.4 cents, near an 18-month low on a slowing global economy. The Chinese economy grew at 6.4% in the fourth quarter, bringing the total year to 6.6%, the slowest in 28 years, yet still more than double the U.S. estimate of 3%. The Chinese now have put stimulus actions in place. With China making more than half the world's steel and consuming half the world's copper, China's slowdown will keep downward pressure on commodity prices. U.S. consumer sentiment for January fell hard to 90.7% from 98.3% in December. It's the lowest reading since October 2016, before the presidential election, with the year ahead national economy being judged to be the worst since mid-2014. Partial government shutdown, instability in financial markets, and the global slowdown were the stated reasons. Class A truck orders fell to their lowest level of the year. The good news is part of the reason orders were low is that manufacturing slots for 2019 were mostly filled, so companies couldn't take any new orders. The week ending January 11th had a dip in new mortgage applications. The great news is they have dramatically risen in recent weeks as interest rates linked to mortgages for homes have fallen on the global slowdown concerns and the good U.S. economics. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose a big 718 points to 24,713 on the good news on China talks and the lower interest rates. After the worst December since 1931, we have had historic market gains. We were contacted last week by a trailer customer that had their roll-off frame up while driving and hit a bridge. The good news was the driver wasn't killed. They wanted to buy our hoist-up strobe flashers that they had heard about that are now standard on all of our roll-off trailers and trucks. They can be retrofitted on all older models and makes of roll-off trailers and trucks. Call us or buy them online at benlee.com. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.